Hello everyone and welcome to a game where something incredible happened. I don't think I've seen anything like this in all the chess games that I've seen, from any chess era. It's really remarkable, especially since this is a classical game. It is from round 8 of this year's Norway Chess, Viswanathan Anand versus Shakhriyar Mamedyarov. The game is quite short, so let's just get to it and then we are going to discuss what happened. This is, it's just weird. So Anand opened with e4, we have e5 by Mamedyarov, knight to f3, knight to f6 going for the Petrov defense, and now knight captures on e5. This is all very standard. d6 going after the knight, knight f3, knight captures on e4, and now usually d4 and knight to c3 are the most common moves here. Anand goes for the so-called millennium attack with bishop to d3. And okay, Mamedyarov of course knows this. He goes back with the knight, knight to f6, castles, and the bishop to e7, also preparing to castle. Rook to e1, we have castles by Mamedyarov, and now Anand brings the bishop back to f1 for later use. And now there are a couple of games that reach this position. For example, Bu defeated Leko with c5 here, but here Anand plays Mamedyarov just plays d5, so he wastes a move, but he gets sort of a position that was never reached before, and it is already as of move 8 that we have a completely new game. So okay, Anand develops the pawn to d4, we have rook to e8, and now pawn to c4. We have bishop to g4, developing the bishop, pinning the knight, and now knight to c3. We have knight to c6, and c captures on d5. We have knight captures on d5, and pawn to h3, now challenging the bishop here on g4. We have bishop to h5, and now pawn to a3, taking away the b4 square from black's pieces. Here Mamedyarov trades, knight captures, pawn captures, and bishop to d6, now getting the bishop to this wonderful diagonal and also offering a trade of rooks. So here bishop to e3, Anand declines the trade. He wants to keep the material on the board. He does have the white pieces after all. Queen to f6, and now bishop to d3. We have h6, and here Anand goes after the bishop with pawn to g4. We have bishop to g6, and now king to g2. A very important move. If bishop captures, you want to be able to capture with the queen, so your knight on f3 will be defended. So king g2, very nicely played. Mamedyarov trades, bishop captures, queen captures, and now knight to e7. We have bishop back to d2. Of course, the knight is coming to f4. The f4 square is nicely controlled by all of Mamedyarov's pieces. There it will deliver check, and it will be up to Anand to decide what to do from there. So here, bishop back to d2, opening up the e-file once again, and knight to g6. And this is the moment where it happened. Anand played queen to b5. And interestingly, after playing queen to b5, it was in this position on move 22 that Viswanathan Anand resigned the game, as there is really nothing more to be done here. So it's remarkable that he had over an hour on the clock. He had an hour and 1 minute on the clock. It's a classical game, and he resigned here without even waiting to see if Mamedyarov will see what he saw after playing queen to b5. So there's I will play you a small clip. Chess24 published it on Twitter. Just look at his reaction. As soon as he played the move, he realized what he did, and pretty much instantly Mamedyarov came to the board, and Anand resigned the game here. So here you can see it. He makes the move, queen to b5. He hits the clock, and now you can already see that he realized what he did. So it basically took him a second. As soon as he played it, he realized what he did, and it's an incredible blunder, but there is nothing that can be done about it. But yeah, like I said, what's interesting, he doesn't even wait to see if Mamedyarov will realize it, because I mean, it's what I believe that's what everyone would do. Here he just resigned, and Mamedyarov at first didn't even realize why he resigned. Mamedyarov even said that he actually thought that queen to b5 was the best move in the position, but later on he said that he would probably find it after looking at the position for a couple of moves, because it's not that difficult to find if you are a former member of the 2800 club. But maybe if Anand just didn't resign, maybe it would be sort of one of those double blindness moments where Mamedyarov just doesn't expect Anand to make such a mistake, and he plays something like c6, tries to give up the b7 pawn, or maybe something. He plays something. But yeah, here Anand just showed that he's not interested in sort of winning the game or maybe just surviving the game, but that he's interested in playing precise moves. He doesn't even care if Mamedyarov sees the winning idea. He just resigned here. But you guys always enjoy finding such moves, so feel free to pause the video here and figure out what Anand spotted probably a second after he made the move, while I give you a couple of seconds. So for those of you who were able to do it, congratulations on spotting the checkmate. And for those of you who just want to enjoy the show, the move, of course, is queen captures on f3. This is what Anand missed, and the point is that the queen cannot be captured. If king captures on f3, then knight to h4 is mate in 1. The rook controls the entire e-file, bishop controls the g3 square, and the knight controls the g2 square and delivers check on f3. So that is checkmate. Bishop, of course, covers f4, and there is nothing, of course, white can do here. So that's one thing that would happen. Another thing, of course, if you don't capture the queen, you can move back, king to g1, but now rook captures on e1, rook captures, queen captures on h3, you're down a piece, your position is completely shattered, you are losing this. No questions asked. So yeah, after queen to b5, Anand resigned, and well, a very easy victory for Mamedyarov in round 8 of this year's Norway Chess, which is a terrible shame for Anand, because he was doing incredibly well in this tournament. He was really destroying the classical section of the tournament, and he was trailing behind Magnus by some half a point. And if he did not lose this in classical, he would be a very strong contender to actually win the event. He, even with this loss, I believe he can still win if he wins the final round in classical, but still, it's just you know, a brilliant tournament tarnished by this queen to b5 move. Just terrible shame. But yeah, congratulations to everyone who spotted it. As Mamedyarov said that he did not know why Anand resigned when Anand did resign. So that's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, as it's not very common practice to see this between top grandmasters. You know, to miss a checkmate on move 22 with a queen sacrifice, just crazy. So once again, really hope you enjoyed this. I would like to thank Charles Huff, Nagarjuna Punugoti, Timu Salo, Adrian Marcin Nagorski, and Benjamin Bogwald for your contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing the coverage of this wonderful event until it finishes. So thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.